So I think now...
The only person I can think of killing him for any reason would be Ace.
If we do... I think Monitor's the last one to do.
Yeah, I'll just keep skipping here.
Well, even if he wasn't one of us, there's no way that man could be Zero.
Huh?
Don't you get it? The letters that spell Zero on the TV screen, the captain's clothes he's got on, and of course, the bracelet with a zero on it. It's too obvious. Look, this is Zero right here. This dead body is Zero. Isn't that kind of fishy?
Yeah, that would make no
It's so obvious that it must be fake.
Yeah, basically.
You're right. Only an idiot wouldn't see through something like that.
No, that's not the point. So I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking a trick like this would work. I'm sure they didn't think it would work, which makes me wonder. I think this is a challenge. A challenge from the person who's really behind all of this. He's making fun of us. Don't you get it? If whoever killed this guy really wanted us to think this corpse was Zero, they'd never have put a bracelet on him. Walking around with a Zero bracelet would be like hanging a sign around your neck that said, "I did it!" Anyone with a brain would be able to see that this guy is supposed to look like everything Zero is supposed to be. Just like we did. The killer must have known we wouldn't think he was Zero and put the bracelet on him anyway. Do you know why?
Why?
Like I said, he's mocking us. Too bad, suckers. This isn't Zero. Where's the real me then? See if you can catch me. It's the same bad joke.
I like the voice that he puts on.
They'll just sit back and watch people run in circles.
That's really twisted. But it almost seems kind of...
Now, as a fan of true crime, would you agree with what he's saying there? That killers like to sit back and watch people fumble around with their, like, little machinations?
Some.
Yeah, you're right. It's really childish. It's like it's just a game to whoever this person is. That's what seems funny to me.
But if it was just a game to whoever this person was, why did they say they lost in that?
It's not a game. There is some reason behind it. He's not toying with them, really. He's testing them, I think. But what is he testing them for?
That's the question.
It's not a game. He's not toying with them. It's all a test. This is clearly a test. The only test is I don't know what test it is. And there is some motivation behind it. If he was toying them, he'd be coming on the speaker way more taunting them. Yeah,
like, oh, you won't be able to figure this out.
Yeah, way more taunting if it was like
What if it's also all pre-recorded?
True, it could be all pre-recorded. But then you'd have But unless there's a way, I don't know. Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. He'd be taunting them more. Also, he wouldn't be playing himself if it was to taunt with them. He'd want to watch them. He'd want to see all of them. Because let's say if one of them is that person is only seeing what he's seeing with the people he's with. If this is to taunt them, you'd want to watch all of it.
Yeah, you'd have like the multiple monitors.
Yeah, you might have maybe a henchman in there. Maybe
a traitor.
Yeah, you'd have a traitor in there, maybe. Like someone that's going to betray everyone. That you probably later betray yourself. I'm really thinking of something that you don't know what I'm thinking of. And it's another series.
Yep.
And so that's why I am convinced it is one of them, and I'm ruling out this is to mess with them. It's not. It's to test them, because if he was really taunting them, he'd be watching completely. Without a doubt.
And also, he wouldn't have said he'd lost if he was just toying with them.
Yeah, but I don't think he's sitting behind a computer somewhere. I know I was wondering, is he sitting behind a computer at the beginning? But I don't think so anymore. I think he is playing with them.
Yeah.
Which means more of a test, because that's why I don't think he's a I don't think that's why I don't think he's a narcissist or like a psychopath or anything like that, because then you'd want to see everything. He's none of that.
Yeah, if Ace was organising this game, he'd be behind the monitor.
Oh yeah, if Ace was the one organising this, which I know he organised the previous one.
Yeah.
He was behind the monitor. And it's kind of like with other series, I can think of a Korean drama where someone was behind the monitor, and then in the series, I'm not going to say anything in case you didn't watch it, but
well, my first thought actually was Saw, because
I was thinking of Saw too.
They look over like.
I didn't want to mention Saw because I didn't really, because I never watched Saw, but I know from bits I know of Saw, he does watch over monitor, and I think doesn't he taunt them a bit more? I don't know.
He taunts them only in the sense that they find a cassette tape at each trap, and like it's like, you must now face your path. You know, your past. You who didn't pay your taxes on time.
So he taunted them way more, which means he was playing with them. Where Zero is not taunting them, he's giving them matter to facts.
I guess I shouldn't say too much what his actual motivation is in Saw, because that could be a bit of a spoiler, but...
I know what you mean, yeah, but like...
Anyway, we should continue on it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get back to the point. Who killed this man?
I don't know.
And what's this guy's deal? Who is he?
I still think it has to be Ace, but I don't know how Ace got in here.
If I knew anything, I would have told you.
And do you have an idea again of who this guy is?
Wasn't there a list of names, remember, given?
There was a list of names, 4 people were listed.
So my guess was one of them is Ace, obviously. The other one was the man that Ace thought was Snake, I'm thinking.
Yes, that's fair.
I do think he's the other one. And I wonder was the 9th man the other guy?
But then is this guy also one of them then?
Yeah, you said 4 people, that's 4 people.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That I think that line of reasoning is actually...
But then the 9th man didn't know enough about the game either to be tricked by Ace.
Depends on what role he played.
What role he played, yeah, but he probably plays some type of role.
You have no idea who he is.
Why would I?
We should check and see if he's got anything on him that might tell us who he is. Give me a hand here, Clover.
Huh?
We gotta flip him over. How else are we gonna search his pockets?
Yeah, he's thinking like, does he have some ID on him or something?
Okay, fine. Guess I'll do it. Here we go.
Which I guess that's the logical thing to do. If you...
I can't remember the names of the people though.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Hey, it's the...
And we've heard this a lot, but I'm sure you remember the 2 reasons, right?
Yeah. If they die,
Yeah. Well, it's not actually if you die. It's
your heart stops.
Your heart stops. And then the other is if you like get off the ship, it'll come off. Which is also why Snake was able to take his off, because obviously it couldn't detect his heartbeat through a false arm.
Yeah. So all along, the bracelet was to act like Snake was dead,
God.
basically.
Also,
This
you
man.
should go back to normal.
He's dead, isn't he?
Huh?
No, it's just... I guess I didn't really think about
I
it.
kind of get that though. Sometimes it takes something,
bracelet's
seeing
off, that
something in
means he's
particular
dead.
that makes you really think they're dead, even though they're obviously dead.
Well, it's pretty obvious that he's dead. You don't really need to look at his bracelet to figure out that he's dead.
Yeah.
Is that phrase
right.
like it feels more real?
Well, yeah, because I think isn't his like head? They can see the back of his skull or something, isn't it? Like I think it's gonna do with his head.
This guy?
Yeah, where's he killed? I think it's the head.
I thought it was like the chest or something, but maybe
It's
I'm
a lot better than
misremembering.
the
Head.
other
I would
bodies
hope to be
we've
wrong.
seen,
Can't
though.
remember.
You know, I mean, if there wasn't all this blood, he'd almost look like he was still alive. I mean, I know it's kind of a messed up thing to say, but he kind of has it better, you know? Dying from a bomb going off inside of you. I mean, that's
Oh,
just...
Junpei, you're walking into it now.
Some of Snake's bones went right through his skin. I think the explosion must have thrown him against a wall or something. There was a broken bone just sticking out of his left arm. And,
What did you just say?
oh man,
To be
I'm
fair,
so sorry. I
Junpei
shouldn't
was-
have said that.
Oh!
I really
was
don't know what I
actually
was
acting
thinking.
very
I mean,
stupid there, in the sense that he
Wait, its left arm is the...
is the fake arm, yeah.
So now she knows he's alive.
Go on anyway.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm?
Arm?
Yes, his left arm. You said it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I did, but I mean, didn't you see it too?
Of course not. I could barely look at him. There's no way I was gonna see the details. Are you sure it was his left arm?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
And he had a broken bone, right?
What the hell are you getting at here?
Just shut up and answer me.
Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad too. The bone was sticking out of the arm. Clover? What's wrong? Look, I'm sorry if I said anything.
Thank you.
Huh? What are you...
Thank you so much, Junpei.
Now she knows he's alive.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on with you?
I'm sorry.
From
it's
Junpei's
just-
perspective, it just seems so weird.
Why?
The body in the shower room. It isn't his. It isn't my brother.
Huh?
It's not Snake.
Why on earth would you think that?
Because his left arm is... I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be talking about this.
I think she should if she trusts him.
Uh,
But he's still alive. I'm so happy. I'm so glad.
Huh?
Junpei, you were right.
Huh?
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope.
Now, this is the words. Just, I want to remind you of this because we did kind of skip past it. So this is what Santa told us, and then we told this to Clover in the. It was in room 7, which I can't remember. It wasn't like an operating room or something.
Yeah.
But we told it to her, and that's when she asked us, like, do you know about the experiment?
Yeah.
And we clearly didn't know about the experiment. She was like, oh, okay, I don't really want to talk about it then. But this quote came from Santa originally, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love.
And that's
If you
also
remember all of those. That'll
the
be
highlighted words there are also meant to be what each leaf of the 4-leaf clover represents.
That's...
I only made it here because you gave me this. I was suspicious of everybody. I was angry and miserable. But because I had this 4-leaf clover, because of what you said to me,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Junpei.
Oh, if you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking Santa.
Santa? Why?
Well, he was the one who gave me that thing. And the words for each leaf, I got that from him too.
Oh.
Huh?
She put something together there.
She thinks it's Santa too!
God, you really shouted there.
Yeah, sorry.
Jesus.
Did Santa really tell you those things?
Yeah, he did. Did I say something wrong?
Oh no, not at all. In fact, this could be really good news. I think.
You think?
Santa knew about the words and the clover. The only people who should know about that are the other subjects.
Subjects?
The other people who were in the experiment 9 years ago, with my brother and me.
Oh.
So,
But he's blind.
I presume you went because she says...
The brother of Snake was in the experiment too.
Well, you knew about Snake already, but...
Yeah.
And me probably was...
Yeah, I didn't know if she was in the game or the other experiment though, because I think there was another experiment, which is what 7 found, where the kids and stuff.
They haven't gone into detail about it, but there is some level of layers to that experiment. It wasn't like everyone was doing the exact same thing at the exact same time.
Snake and her were in different parts of the experiment, I'm guessing.
Possibly. Okay, one thing I'll remind you, because this has definitely been said, is do you remember what the kids were being tested for in the hospitals? The hospital.
Was that like mind reading or something? No, I can't remember.
Something similar to that. It's basically one kid would be shown an image.
Yeah.
And then the kid in the other room was asked, what image do you see? And the idea is like, can their brains like transmit the information?
Yeah.
And I was part of the Nevada test group. So neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who were on this boat.
Whoa. Okay, time out.
Yeah, this is like, slow down now.
Okay, start from the top. Don't start with the end and then jump to the middle. You gotta start with 1 and then move to 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. If you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I'm never gonna be able to figure it out.
This is good bit of information we're gonna get now, so
Okay.
focus closely on this.
All right, let's start with this experiment. What happened on this boat 9 years ago?
Do you know about morphogenetic fields?
Do you remember that?
Morphogenetic fields.
Yeah.
All right, how about this?
We'll get
Theory of the
reminded by
telepathic mechanism.
Lotus
I think
here.
Lotus mentioned something like that.
Telepathy, huh? Well, that's not really it.
Yeah, it's similar, but it's not the exact
We're
same thing.
testing telepathy on this ship?
Yeah, I guess so.
So,
what exactly did they have
just to
you
try to
guys
describe the difference. So, telepathy would be if I sent information to you directly. Like, I'm looking at something, like a picture of a cat, and like you somewhere else get that information of, oh, he's seen a cat and this is what the cat looks like and stuff like that. That's direct transmission essentially. Whereas morphogenetic field is more, there's something in the air and I send the information there and you access that information through that field.
Okay.
So while you can access it, it's not me directly transmitting it to you. Other people could potentially get access to that information as well.
The same thing that we're doing now. Exactly the same thing.
What?
It's a tricky
No,
concept, I
okay.
will admit that, but
9 people were put on this boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada, and the game started.
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What do the nonary game and some telepathy experiment have to do with each other? Am I missing
does
something
she go
here?
into detail here, I wonder?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. You know how sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem, and then the answer just kind of pops in your head? That's an epiphany.
Are you familiar with that sensation?
Yeah.
If you play a lot of puzzle games, you will be familiar with that.
And what you learn from the epiphany can be transmitted with telepathy. When you add danger to that equation, then it gets easier to
Now,
transmit
one
that
thing I will say
information
about
over
that as well is
telepathy.
that remember when Santa was talking about the experiment with the mice?
Yeah.
He's like near the end of that.
Like with the water and
Junpei asked, why do they need the water there? And it was like, because there needs to be a risk of them drowning for them to actually access this, to transmit this information.
So you're saying the nonary game was supposed to introduce that element of danger?
Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die. A girl.
Huh.
She was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada. I never met her, but I did hear her name. Her name was...
Oh, my apologies. I seem to have disturbed you.
Ace, you are just the most butting
You
in
two must
man.
have strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long. At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something?
is this new information or?
Well, this is, I think, kind of
I'm
where
having
we
a little
originally
trouble. I could
were.
really use your assistance.
Like, with something like this happened when we did this scene before,
Come
but
on,
this,
we'll
we
only
obviously
take a
didn't have the middle part.
Okay.
Now, how
I
specifically?
don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about
Yeah,
this
like
later.
that would have been new dialogue, for
Hey,
instance,
wait.
because she wouldn't have been talking to us last
Junpei,
time.
what are you doing in there? Hurry up.
Probably. Oh, there we go.
And I believe now, yeah, you can see it's unlocked now. I like that Ace came in just as she was about to say the girl's name.
I know. Basically, what was he sitting outside listening?
Like the creepy is.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip a bit.
Yeah, now, it should be early enough, I think, that'll stop the skip, because I think when we first interact with Clover here, there's going to be some little bit of a difference. She's
I know.
still bringing the,
The zero bracelet, but I
think
don't
so.
think she brings the axe.
No, she doesn't. I don't
Note?
think. And this is new as well, because
I
she's
found it in
like...
the pocket of the guy with the
She wouldn't have
captain's
told us about
gloves.
the note before, whereas now she is actually.
It said something about the darkness of the sinister hand or something.
What the hell?
The
Let me
darkness
see
of the
it.
sinister hand. Do you remember where we heard something like
Anything
that?
to do with Alice in the library and the deck.
No. The sinister hand was. Do you remember? Sinister is in Latin. Like it comes from the Latin for left.
Yeah.
And do you remember the safe, to open the safe? You had to go left, right,
Oh, yeah.
or something, and it was to do with. What was it? Truth is right. And then like the truth is at the left, is at the sinister hand or something like that. It was like basically you had to hit the buttons left and right a certain number of times, and then the code for opening the safe, which also was the same code for opening the coffin, was. So I just wanted to remind you of that.
No, not right.
Hey, Junpei, Clover, what are you two doing? Hurry up.
He's getting mad. I'll show it to you later, all right? Come on, we gotta hurry.
It's always worrying whenever they're like, "I'll show it to you later."
From the
No.
look of that pocket, it doesn't particularly look like just a note. Jeez, what are you thinking? For crying out loud.
It does seem less likely she's gonna murder us in this ending.
Yeah. No, because she kind of figured out that more than likely the snake's alive.
So this is where it ends up, just like it says on the map. Ace, did he head down? Oh, there he is.
Look, the 4 others are there too.
Really?
Let's join them. Jumpy, Clover.
What's up?
We found it!
Found what?
We found it!
What did you find?
The last door! We found door 9!
Now, sorry to break this to you, June, but you didn't find the last door.
Wait, can I skip this?
You might be able to. No, you can't.
What?
Whether it's regarded as new dialogue or not.
Come on, just follow us. We'll explain on the way.
Okay.
But
Well,
you know what I
that's
mean
the
by they
case.
haven't found the last door.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one
Wait
in
for
the
me.
incinerator room.
Yeah.
We should get going as well.
Jumpy! We finally made it!
Yeah, it's finally time. We've reached the end. Something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people can go through the numbered door. 7 of us are on our way to door 9. That means that, best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who
But
have
what
to
if
stay
there's
behind.
2 number 9 doors in that room?
2 people. Is there a way? 4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left.
It's more than we had last time. Like, we had only an hour left last time, I think.
Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up!
Let's go, Jumpy!
Yeah.
Back down to the chapel.
Let's check until I skip.
That's fair.
I know I told you I'd explain it earlier, but honestly, there ain't much to explain. After we split off from you guys, the 4 of us got into the elevator on the left. and
Is this
the rest
bit
to the other
new?
side of the grate.
I don't remember him
Must be.
explaining that to us before.
After that,
It must
we
be.
headed down another hallway. It took us toward the bow and eventually to the number 6 that you two found earlier. We opened it and kept going. There was another locked door behind it, like usual. But this time we had to complete 2 different areas before we could unlock it.
Actually, here's a good quiz for you now. What was behind number
That door?
6?
Can't remember.
It was the engine room and the cargo room.
Oh yeah. So at least we know 7 doesn't have the gun. I mean, not 7, I mean Ace.
Mhm.
Ace definitely doesn't have a gun in this one.
Yes, that's true.
He does have a knife though.
He does, yes. He still has the knife that he picked up off of the Nightman's.
But realistically, he's not going to be able to get all of us with a knife at once. Like.
Well, no. Like, Rowan, as you said, if he tried to go after 7, he would struggle at the very least. Well, he might still succeed.
Well, he did eventually, because then he stabbed Lotus and 7 inside.
He did, yeah. But the way, if he wanted to guarantee that
You'd
he
have to
would-
get 7 first and sneak up behind him, probably.
Yeah, he'd have to have the initiative with 7, whereas with everyone else, he could probably, have a good chance at getting them one-on-one.
There was another hallway that went the other direction, toward the stern.
So, on your way, you found the elevator.
That's right.
So, in other words, you kinda did a lap, huh? You came from that side to this side.
Yeah,
So, where's the number 9 door?
over here. Follow me.
The fact that now we know 7 means that Santa was also most likely an experiment with Clover, because Clover connected that. He is also very much a high suspect.
Of being 0.
0, but was. I don't think June was in it, because I think him and June remember talking about it being on the news, and they were at school together at the time. And we don't remember June. He doesn't remember June being missing or anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the specifics of that, actually.